Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Especially to those of my family, my church family, Valley Life Assembly, my friends, and my co-workers at Bay State Health Systems. Today is a day to be grateful for what God has done in our lives. I know many of you are thinking, where is God with everything that's going on this year? With the pandemic, with the fires that are going on in the California area that had burned for so long this summer, for the hurricanes that are beyond the number that we normally would get, all the flooding, the political strife, the injustices that seem to be so many in so many lives. It's hard to be grateful when you see things like that. But I want to show you or explain to you where God is. God is in those health workers who are working the front lines, who are working the COVID areas and the ICUs, trying to save lives. In many ways and many times being the last person that person who dies sees. It takes a mental and physical toll on each one of them. Some of them aren't working just single shifts. They're doing doubles, taking an 8-hour sleep and then getting right back up and starting all over again if they're lucky with the 8 hours. They are doing God's work on that front line. Our first responders who are out there not knowing what situation they're coming into, our police, our fire, our EMTs, who they may find, that they might even know, what situations they're in and how to prevent COVID from spreading through what they're doing to themselves, to their families, and to even the people they're treating. To our school workers, our teachers who are out there trying to teach our children in such a difficult environment with the online, the hybrid. What should we bring them into the classes? When we bring them in, how do we keep them and ourselves safe? So many variables, so many things to be fearful for, yet they still do it. They move forward. They work to take care of our children and what they need as far as learning goes. To those who are buying and getting food donations to feed the thousands of people who have food insecurities right now. They're buying, they're packing, they're moving, they're distributing, seeing lines of hundreds and hundreds of cars to serve thousands and thousands of people. These are the hands and feet of God. And there are many more. Those who do our infrastructure as far as taking care of our grocery stores, our doctor's offices, trying to take care of our normal day-to-day. The list goes on. There's millions of people who are still working in the public, who are trying to know how to do this and keep everyone safe and themselves at the same time. Yet they're not stopping. They continue to do the work. They are the hands and feet of God in many, many ways. And we are grateful to God for them. And I'm grateful that God uses me the same way. For I believe in God. But I believe God. What does that mean? Because I believe in Him isn't enough. It's to trust Him, to see what He can do in my life for Him, to be that vessel that He can work through. That's what He has for each one of us. You were created for a purpose. Maybe you don't know what that purpose is, and maybe you reach out to God today and you ask, God, are you there first? And then, what is it you created me for? I can promise you He'll answer the first question about where He is and that He's with you. We're getting ready to go into a Christmas season and where we use the word Emmanuel quite often. And that word means God with us. Because Jesus came down to be with us, to teach us the Father's love, to set the example of what it is to be a servant for the Father. And I pray that as we spend time with our families, our friends, whether it's Zoom or small in-person group meetings, that you'd be thankful and grateful for what God has done. For in gratefulness comes joy, and a joy in the Lord. And I pray that you have that joy today, and that you carry it into this next season, where we celebrate God's greatest gift to us, His Son. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.